Dear students, in this lecture, let us know about dielectrics. So, dielectrics are the substances which do not conduct electricity. That is, dielectrics are the substances which do not allow the electric charges to flow through them. So, we may call them as either insulators or non-conducting materials. As we all know that insulators are the materials which do not allow the electric current to flow through them. So, the examples for dielectrics are mica, glass, plastic, etc. There are two types of dielectrics we come across. They are polar dielectrics and non-polar dielectrics. So polar dielectrics, they are made up of polar molecules, and non-polar dielectrics are made up of non-polar molecules. Now let us know in detail about these polar and non-polar molecules. So in polar molecules, the center of gravity or center of mass of positive charge does not coincide with the center of mass of the negative charge. Whereas in non-polar molecules, the center of gravity of the positive charge coincide with the center of gravity of negative charge. So what happens here is there are the net positive and negative charges, they are separated by some distance here both are on the same line, so therefore they don't have resultant dipole. These molecules don't have resultant dipole moment, whereas polar molecules have resultant dipole moment. As we all know, electric dipole is the and dipole. How it is formed? It is formed when two equal and opposite charges are separated by a vector distance between them. So this forms an electric dipole, and it has an electric dipole moment which is equal to the magnitude of one of the charges into the length between them. So this gives the electric dipole moment. So polar molecules possess net dipole moment, whereas non-polar molecules does not possess any net dipole moment. And the second difference, if we see between the polar and non-polar molecules, means they have non-symmetrical structure. See, in polar molecules the structure is non-symmetrical and they have a permanent dipole moment, as I have told. And here non-polar molecules, they have symmetrical structure and electric dipole moment is 0. Symmetrical structure means all the molecules are same or of same size. Say for example, if you can see this figure, so in CO2, so all these are symmetrical, whereas in case of carbon dioxide is here. It's all this H2O, this oxygen molecule is somewhat bigger than the hydrogen atoms, so that is why they are non-symmetrical. Okay, next, the examples for polar molecules are H2O, HCl, NH3, etc. Examples for non-polar molecules are H2, N2, CO2, Cl2, O2, etc. So here with this example, I can show that the center of mass of polar molecule is not coincided. See, these are the two hydrogen atoms. The center of mass of these two positive charges will be situated somewhere here, and center of mass of oxygen atom would be inside the oxygen atom, so they are separated, hence they possess a net dipole moment. So the next difference is, if a polar dielectric is placed in an electric field, then what happens? Already if there is a net dipole moment, what happens? The polar molecules, they reoriented and dipole moment still increases. But in some of the polar substances, what happens? The individual molecules possess dipole moment, but they are randomly oriented. Hence, they cancel out each other and giving rise to the net dipole moment is equal to 0. So but when they are kept in the electric field, they get oriented in a particular direction, giving rise to a net dipole moment. So that is what happens in the case of polar dielectrics. But if we come to the non-polar dielectrics, when they are placed in an electric field, the charges will get displaced. So if we see an example with this diagram, so these two are the negative atoms and this is the positive, net positive charge. The center of mass of these two is at this point. Now when the electric field is applied, the positive charges move at one side and negative charges will get displaced to the other side. Hence, there will be an induced dipole moment. So induced dipole moment is observed in the case of non-polar dielectric molecules or non-polar dielectric substances when an electric field is applied. So we can say that if non-polar dielectric is placed in an electric field, the charges will get displaced and becomes polarized. So becomes polarized means all the molecule positive and negative charges, they get separated and they get oriented in a particular direction. This process is called as polarization of the dipoles, and the dipole moment is called as induced dipole moment. Now let us know what is meant by a dielectric polarization or polarization vector, and let us show that this dielectric polarization is equal to the induced surface charge density. So what is meant by dielectric polarization? It is the induced dipole moment per unit volume is called as dielectric polarization. So dielectric polarization is nothing but the induced dipole moment per unit volume. If Qi is the induced charge, then the induced electric dipole moment is given by, as I have told, dipole moment is nothing but the product of the one of the charges and the distance between them. So here if we take the dielectric slab, then this would be the length of the slab and this would be the induced charge, where L is the length of the dielectric slab and also volume of the dielectric slab is given by, we all know that area into length will give rise to volume. So area into length gives the volume of the dielectric slab. As we all know from the definition of this dielectric polarization, that it is the induced charge per unit volume. So how it is it is the induced dipole moment per unit volume. So induced dipole moment is Qi into L and volume is A into L. So if L get cancelled, so what will remain? Qi by A, which is nothing but the induced surface charge density, where sigma I is called as the induced surface charge density. So hence we can say that dielectric polarization P is numerically equal to the surface charge density. And the unit of P is coulombs per meter square.